Hey, if you're tired of breaking out in hives, having asthma complications, and having migraines every single time after you eat, here's what you need.
Hey guys, my name's Michelle,
Anita, Sarah, Peyton, Talia, Jazz,
Marquita.
I'm a physique.
Product. Period. You love to see.
Y'all already know what this is. It is Dr.Trehunna from Physique Set, and today what we're gonna tackle is histamines. A lot of people is now being conscious of the health and fitness space, and you're seeing a term that keeps coming over and over again now: fibromyalgia, or MCAS, which stands for mast cell activation syndrome. What does syndrome mean? That means they have no idea where it's coming from. So today, what we're gonna talk about is histamines and why this might be the main reason why you're having a whole lot of headaches and migraines, stuffy nose, asthma complications right after you eat. What is a histamine? Believe it or not, histamines is a neurotransmitter. This is the thing that keeps us awake. That's why if you take Benadryl, which is for allergies, you probably notice that you start to get drowsy. Why? Because the histamines actually keeps your body and your brain alert. Not only is keeping your brain alert, what histamines does in your white blood cells, specifically your mast cells, is the first line of defense. Which means if your body starts to realize,
hey, there might be a certain pathogen or a certain allergen that we don't like,
this is the first thing that your body releases. That way your brain and your body knows, hey, get ready to rile up the troops per se. Our mast cells happen to live in our connective tissue. When you get exposed to something that your body doesn't like, or an allergy, your skin starts to raise, right? Or you break out in hives. That's your body letting you know,
hey, we do not like these things.
So that's why for some people, they put on a certain type of cloth on their body and then they start breaking out in hives. Or they wash their clothes in a certain type of detergent, they break out in hives. That's not your body just acting crazy. That's your body letting you know, hey, we do not like this thing you're putting on our skin. Keep in mind, your skin is an organ. When you are high in histamines, that's when the issues arise. What type of foods have a lot of histamines in it just in the first place? It's going to be a lot of fermented foods that got aldehyde in it, which is alcohol. Things like avocados, fermented cheese, canned foods, chocolate. Basically, a lot of things that people usually eat as leftovers. Majority of the food that we like to eat, and a lot of people like to save for a rainy day, that's not gonna be great for somebody like you if you are histamine intolerant. And the main reason why is because this bacteria that is sitting on top of the food is gonna turn the proteins from histidine to histamine. So keep in mind, majority of all meats or anything that you're allowing to sit over a course of a night, if it's not fresh, bacteria is gonna get to it, whether you like it or not. So you would know if you are somebody who has a histamine intolerance. Simply put, if you eat some leftover foods, because you're gonna realize every single time I have this, you might notice that your face is getting red or it's getting flushed. You might realize that, God, man, for some odd reason, I now have a migraine or I have a headache, or you start realizing that you got a stuffy nose. Or once again, if you have asthma, you probably have asthma complications right after you eat leftovers. What you need to do is figure out, are you somebody who is sensitive to histamines? And the only way you can ultimately do that is if you have something that's fermented, leftovers, or you can have this list of foods. Try these things out and see if your body responds to it. Not that great. What causes me to be histamine intolerant in the first place? Simply put, gut health. Eating a lot of things that's gonna damage the lining of your gut. So inside your gut, you got a mucosal layer, long story short. And if this is broken down, then your body is exposed to a lot of pathogens or bacteria. And long story short, it's just not able to break down these proteins as well as it used to, because you're eating a lot of processed foods, a lot of wheat possibly, a lot of dairy possibly, and a lot of refined sugar. The main thing that is causing you not to break down histamine inside your gut is something called DAO, which stands for Diamine Oxidase. And the whole purpose of Diamine Oxidase is to break down histamine. If your body's not creating enough Diamine Oxidase due to your gut health, the histamine is gonna build up and now your body's gonna start absorbing it. Because it's not being broken down into your gut, now every part of your body is gonna have a little bit more histamine in it that's not supposed to, even your brain. Once again, histamine is a neurotransmitter as well. So if your brain got too much histamine, and this is the thing that keep you alert, guess what? Now you're gonna start being a little bit more anxious. So these are going to be the people who is having a little bit more panic attacks. They cannot just get over something. But 3, these are the people that says, I cannot turn my brain off at night. That means their body's not methylating as fast, or it might be a histamine intolerance. All of these things could be possibly due to what you're putting in your mouth or your overall gut health. What you need to do is experiment. Go a couple days without any of these histamine foods, but also if you're noticing that,
Hey, okay, I'm realizing that every single time I have leftovers, every single time I have avocados, wow, even though avocados are healthy,
all because it's healthy doesn't mean it might be healthy for you. So you need to ultimately heal your gut, and the best way to heal your gut is cut out the sugars. Start doing intermittent fasting, because every single time we eat, your body requires 3 to 5 hours to digest the food itself. So if you're somebody who always putting in food, your body's not going to be able to recover or heal itself. Your gut only heals itself once it has no food available. Okay, so I'm not saying fast for 48 hours. What I'm saying is, hey, don't be snacking all day long. I want you to purchase this enzyme called Diamine Oxidase. Every time you're about to go ahead and eat any type of foods, start having Diamine Oxidase. It's basically a supplement that's going to allow you to start having some of these foods that is higher in histamines, but you're just not going to have these crazy reactions every single time you have this. So now keep in mind, you can get it from this supplement that I'm showing to you on the screen, but you can also get it from beef kidney capsules or actual beef kidneys. A lot of people's not going to eat organ meats, but just get this supplement and you're going to start realizing that when I'm having these high histamine foods, I'm not going to have a whole lot of rosacea. I'm not going to have these asthma complications. I can still breathe. I'm not going to have migraines, stuffy noses, even have diarrhea or vertigo. This is something that they just don't really teach in medical school. People are not looking at the body systemically. That's why you need a nutritionist, or technically a functional medicine nutritionist, that can tell you, hey, if this is happening, 9 times out of 10 it's probably happening in the gut. Majority of all diseases start in the gut. Okay, so if you're histamine intolerant, there you go. Get some Diamine Oxidase and you should be good to go. Cool? Other than that, that's going to be your reset tip of the day that's going to help you stay snatched all the time. No, the summertime. Talk to you soon.